I turned the I don't think I turned
the
the
laces.
Yeah, I don't think I turned the boots into ropes. So
You'll still be missing that point of armor class, but you
It
can
means the
certainly
armor,
not
we
be
have
on your
boots.
feet. Yes.
So could Thomas, perhaps using his amazing skills in his self-taught carpentry, identify these trees and if they are normal trees?
Yeah.
Knock, knock, knock.
Sure. Make an intelligence-based skill check. They
Yep, it's wood.
Yeah, they do look like they're trees. Which, you know you're inside a living dungeon, or at least you're fairly sure that you are. So the fact that they're able to grow here is certainly not natural.
Well then, let's take a look at the other door, shall we?
Tempus, let's just keep together. Keep together.
What's above us?
So stop moving. We'll allow Dwohurim to be there. As you folks cross further into the room, and Dwohurim, checks the ceiling, there is a sudden rush of air and several popping sounds. Now, this is the first time you folks have gotten to witness this, so this is the first time any of you could possibly be prepared for, with each popping sound, although you did hear the price of failure pop, a creature appears.
Oh my.
Oh shit. Ghasts. Kill the ghasts.
And then one more pop, because there's a total of 5 pops.
Oh, that!
Yeah.
So, the flesh golems are the bones, muscle, and sinew of many strong men combined into a human-like form with little heart or brain. You're already somewhat familiar with the hulking gas. That brain cap over there is a lumbering creature resembling nothing so much as a huge, multi-legged fungal brain with a toadstool hat. I would like to ask you all to roll for initiative. Except for Fargus, because he's going to be fighting his own things in his own world.
Good roll.
not sorting
That's
initiative.
not
Wrong
what I'm
button.
talking about.
There you go.
Damn it.
The sort initiative is a nice button, not needed right now.
Go ahead and make separate initiative rolls. We'll go ahead and label you 1, and we'll go ahead and label you 2. Go ahead and label you 1.
Just
The door-
gonna
the
visit
door-
toilet.
The door closed behind us out of curiosity.
No, you can take a campaign loss and retreat out of the dungeon at any point. They will pursue you until you run outside of this dungeon. So
Can they pursue us over the pit?
they will pursue you until you leave the dungeon. Like, in order for you to get the rules of the campaign loss, you would have to leave the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you'll have to slowly move to the pit and then see how they can attempt to cross it.
So basically, we kill him. That's the.
Or you
Oh,
take
you
a
guys do.
campaign
I
loss.
have too little initiative too.
We go ahead and make the initiative rolls here. That's for you. That's for you. And then the brain cap goes first.
So much initiative. Oh.
Dice are on fire. Brain cap rolled a 20.
Wow.
Okay, and it is first the turn of this creature, who, as I described before, nothing so much as a huge multi-legged fungal brain with a toadstool hat. It reaches out some of its legs, which look very tentacular in nature, and begins a mental assault on, let's see here, it's gonna be Tempus and Thomas. This will be against Thomas first. Hallucinogenia. 22 for some mental defense. You are confused. And I do have the description for confused somewhere. No, I don't. It's on another token. You'll have to look that up, or I'll just copy-paste it straight from the book right now. Because I'm awesome. Confused. You can't make opportunity attacks or use your limited powers. Your next attack action will be a basic or at-will attack against at least one of your nearby allies, usually determined randomly. If If you don't have any nearby allies, you either do nothing much, or at the GM's option, act in a strange, confused manner that suits the story. Thomas is confused and vulnerable to... which, that's an easy save ends, which is done at the end of your turn. And you're vulnerable to psychic damage until the end of the battle, which cannot be saved against. And
Okay.
this is against Tempus. That is a miss. So, you see odd colors at the corners of your vision until you take a full heal up. So, -2 penalty to skill checks to see things.
Create a note.
Yep.
And,
my label.
let's see here. Creature will just fucking, it'll mix it up and try to engage. Well, it wants to engage, we'll say Thomas.
It's confused anyway.
Not Thomas, it'll engage Tempus. Go ahead and separate you a bit like that. Which ghast is that? That is this ghast. This ghast. We'll see that Thomas is confused. Let's see here. It will move to here to engage Tempus, and let out a hungry howl, which will target against Tempus first.
Mhm.
Take 15 psychic damage, or 5, and you're vulnerable.
I get to choose?
Yes, you get to pick. You want to take 15 psychic damage, or take 5 damage, and you're vulnerable. Save ends.
What does vulnerable do?
Vulnerable
Crit-
is what that says down there in italics. The crit range against you is expanded by 2.
Oh, wow.
It'll be 18 to 20 crit.
Like that Hungry Howl, for example, would have actually been a crit against you if you had already been vulnerable to this. Which means if it had been done against Thomas, since he's vulnerable to psychic damage, that would have been a crit.
Ah, wow.
Your
I
call,
get the feeling
Gryph.
I'm gonna get... Oh, shit. That's a tough one to choose between. I'm actually gonna take the 5 damage, because that is a lot of damage to
Okay.
take, and I get the feeling I'm gonna get hit by a lot of harder things.
Okay, this is against Thomas. That is a miss against Thomas. This is against Dwohurim. That is a hit against Dwohurim, same selection.
I'm gonna take the 5 as well.
Okay, and this is against Leon. That is a hit against Leon.
Oh, vulnerable is the same as Jazz Hands.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
For this battle, I'm going to choose Hampered as my momentum then, alright?
Okay. Dark? Dark?
I have
Dark.
the jazz hands.
Okay. Taking it vulnerable. You. That is the end of his turn. Leon, it's your turn.
I don't like this. Well, what in here is the worst?
If you mean, I don't know,
I personally expect it's going to be these 3, and these guys are going to be big hard hitters.
tanky kind of things.
But these things seem to be doing ranged attacks with ghasts. This thing, I personally think, is probably the worst.
In that case, we need to eliminate it.
Okay.
You should engage something that's not already engaged, please. If you can.
Then I'll be attacking whatever I engage, so...
Yeah.
Alright.
So I'll try and stop this thing in its tracks, and I'm going to go ahead and use my Chaos Bolt on it.
Okay.
3 plus 3 plus... Trying to think, what bonuses do I get? Why am I completely blanking on what bonus I get to attack?
I don't know why you're blanking.
Dexterity, level,
Dex,
that'd be all of it.
Dexterity.
Dexterity,
That's your,
charisma.
Your key ability modifier, yeah. That's against physical defense, that's a miss.
Okay, in that case, it's going to take 3
7.
plus. Please.
A miss, you say. I do have my command points I got from rolling
Yes.
a 6 last
Yes,
session,
you
so I
definitely
would like
do.
to make use of those.
Can you do it while confused?
Can I?
Let's see here. You can't make opportunity attacks or use your limited powers. I do believe that would be a... I think that would qualify in that case, courtesy of the fact that it would count as a power, yes.
In that case,
It's not limited, though.
It is limited by your command points.
Alright, okay, if you look at it that
in that
way.
case, it takes 8 negative energy damage.
I mean, I won't quibble over it too much. You can use them if you want. You can go ahead and reroll the attack.
Okay.
I mean, your reasoning makes sense, but you know, if I
No.
can get 8, oh, that's even worse.
It still takes 8 negative energy damage.
Okay, it takes 8 points of negative energy damage. Fine. Okay. Anything else with your turn?
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and use my oil on my spellcasting implement.
Okay.
Actually, this feels like it might be needed.
Alright, got it. Let's see, it's this flesh golem's turn. Thomas is confused. Flesh golem wants to let Thomas have its confusion. Flesh golem is not that bright, though. It's actually going to move to engage Tempus.
Ah!
Can't help you.
And attack with its sweeping fists on Tempus. That'll be 15 points of damage.
I can't defend against that, so...
And...
Roll.
that'll be
21.
that'll be a total of 45 points of damage on 36. That'll put you at -9, I think?
Yep.
Tempus goes down.
Tempus gets to roll his recoveries.
Yes. Tempus uses his Forgeborn power, and he's at...
4.
Yes, you're at 4 hit points, and you remain standing.
Fucking punching bag.
The other flesh golem, not particularly that bright either, moves to engage Leon and attacks with its sweeping fists. And does nothing with that one, so 30 points of damage.
Well, where's my staggered button?
Holy shit, these dice have been so lopsided today.
We had 20s, you know what? We had 20s and loads of our skill checks, and now 20s against us in battle.
We also had 1s, to be fair.
Hey, Tempus, your turn.
Okay, first off, I need to
You're
set
staggered.
myself as staggered.
Mm-hmm.
Quick action to use my rune on my weapon.
Okay.
Leon, could you...
Weapon.
this is my first round of combat.
There you go. You'd gain a +4 attack bonus on top of the +1 that you'd get from using that weapon.
And I have my sneak attack adventure feat, which allows me on my first turn. Is there any enemies that are around me that have a lower initiative than me? I do not think so, no.
The only enemy that hasn't acted already is this ghast over here.
So the sneak attack thing does not apply. I'm just going to target the brain cap.
Okay.
And we're going to go with bleeding. The other option is I drink a potion.
Well, I know you weren't here for how that worked out for the Whispering Ravenger when he attempted to try to recover from Thomas beating the shit out of him with an axe. It didn't go well. He got put into debt.
I mean, using a potion still makes sense, I think.
It's up to you. As a note, these guys won't kill you. They don't threaten that. Unless you wipe, in which case you will be in an entirely different scenario with your characters.
Jesus, like barely.
Do
any
what you
of
must,
these-
Tempus. Just hold them there for a couple of rounds.
I can hold them for this round.
You know, I will
Like,
try and
even-
keep you standing. Try, being optimum word.
Like even on a miss, that's gonna be. I'm gonna go down even on misses from these guys. I think.
If they do miss damage, that is.
Then down your potion and hope it's good.
Fuck it, I've used the rune. I've got +4 attack on this round.
You have like
I've
an
got
awesome
5.
level potion, like a champion potion.
No, just
Oh.
base adventure. I'm gonna go for the attack. Just take advantage of the fact I have the +4 attack.
Okay.
So that's +4 for the rune,
Yes.
+1 for the rune, so it's
Mhm.
+5 total.
Yes.
I have plus. No, sorry. I need to choose. I'm doing bleeding strike first off.
Okay.
All right. So roll 1d20 +5 dex +3 level +1 for
4.
rune
And yeah,
+4 for the rune.
There you go. That is a hit against the brain cap.
And it's an even roll.
And it's an even. 3d8 plus 5. And roll 1d4. It takes 3 damage bleeding.
3 ongoing damage. Got it. 1d2, and then 3 ongoing. I'll put that in my label. Anything else with your turn?
I am.
You have
Actually,
have a
yes.
move action.
Yes, I have my momentum.
You would have momentum now, yes.
And I'm just going to set that. So state is hampered. Just
Okay.
hampered because I don't think any of these can hamper me. I hope not, so it doesn't confuse things. That I get the feeling I don't want to disengage from these. I want to keep engaged with them. Polyamory. Ho! End of turn.
All right. Thomas. What's up?
Doesn't Tempus get a save against the vulnerability?
He does get a save against the vulnerability. That is correct.
Thank you.
He gets a
I-
save against his... That's a failure.
I would have also got one then.
Yes, you would have gotten a save as well. That is a success. Thomas, give me a 1d3. 1 is Tempus, 2 is Dwohurim, 3 is Leon.
Tempus.
Come on.
Thomas moves to engage with Tempus.
Miss.
And go ahead and
Miss.
give me your basic melee attack.
I never hit, you know that.
Miss.
There we go.
I am
will
using
be a
my
miss.
momentum.
But you don't really have to because you would be on 1
Deflection!
The attack hits a different enemy
Oh.
you are engaged with instead. So, I guess you get to pick. All right, but it only deals half damage. That's going to be 7 points of damage to the creature. As Thomas, in his confusion, is deflected by Tempus. Do your math, Grimith. Good job, Grimith. I'm proud of you. And Thomas does not cause any harm to his companions.
Okay, nice one. Next, that was my standard action, I assume.
You standard and then moved, yes. Your next attack action will be a basic or at will against at least one of your nearby allies, usually determined randomly. And, do you have something to do with a quick action?
Potentially. First of all, can I somehow consciously engage with this guy still?
You would be engaged with him.
I am engaged with him. Alright,
Yes.
then I would like to use my basic tactical strike on Tempus, who gets a free basic attack.
Okay, sure.
Does this still count as my first round?
I would assume so.
Yes, this is still the first round.
So I would still get my +4.
I guess so, yes.
Okay. Actually, no, I'm going to go and check that just in case. On first round of combat. Well,
Yeah, it's the first round of combat, so...
Yep.
We don't have an
One-
escalation dice.
20 plus
I would
1
permit it.
plus 4. I need to check my character sheet. It is dexterity modifier. Okay. Plus 5.
And sneak attack.
No, this is just a hit.
That
Alright.
is a hit.
Oh, wow. Okay, roll 3d8 plus 5 plus 1d8.
That is enough to stagger the creature. And upon staggering it, you're not entirely sure how these things are supposed to look, but anger and fury with how violently and vibrantly is moving is certainly coming to mind. You might have awakened something in this thing.
Oh, God damn it.
Oh no. Alright, that's all I can do with my actions.
Go ahead and save against the confusion effect. It's an easy save, so 6 or higher. That is a success.
Okay. And the vulnerability too?
No, that is until the end of combat.
So,
Oh, okay.
No
so
save
Thomas
against
did
that.
hit something.
I hit something. On accident. On Tempus's
No, he
magic.
rolled a miss. The Ghast, who is next to Leon, will inhale deeply and let out a hungry howl. This is against Leon, first off. That is a 19 versus mental defense, so 15 psychic damage, or 5 and you're vulnerable again.
It will be 5 and vulnerable.
Okay, this is against Dwohurim. That is going to be a miss against Dwohurim. This is against Tempus. That is a miss against Tempus. This is against Thomas, who is already vulnerable to psychic damage, and that will not be enough to crit, so 5 psychic damage or 5, and you have basically a stacking vulnerability effect.
It's stacking is bad, but I'll take the 15.
Okay.
You don't want to have a 16 to 20 crit?
Yeah, no, thank you.
With terrible pain, yes. Okay. The Ghast does not wish to move. Nah, it's good with Leon. Dwohurim Harsca, it is your turn, and I'll go ahead and move these guys. You're not engaged.
Oh, thank
No.
God. I did my best.
Blow
Yeah, I
them
know,
up,
you guys
please.
did great. So, do you think more damage to fewer guys, or...
Send
Or-
help.
I can run for help.
Whatever is more powerful.
I have my lightning bolt, which is nearby people in a line. If I move, I could reasonably blast them from standing here and blast them so.
Well, it's nearby, so
Yeah,
you wouldn't
and
be
I
able
also
to hit
only
these
hit
guys that are far
D3,
away.
unless I want to make it reckless,
No.
which I don't think you guys would agree to.
You're good. You're good.
You might
So I
take up
could hit
two.
everyone here.
You'll take up 2 party members in 1 hit.
They would die at that point, yeah. But generally, it's 1d3 plus 1, so I could target these 3 guys here
Yeah.
with a lot of damage.
I
Or
think
I could do a
that's
force
decent.
salvo and do to all of them potentially. Again, I still have to hit with all this. So
I mean, I think actually killing 1 or 2 of them would be a huge help.
the lightning bolt also
Yeah.
deals half damage on a miss.
Yeah, go for that.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Got any points?
I guess the ones
Or
over here
grades?
then would
Alright.
be.
Go ahead and roll a 1d3 plus 1.
I guess I could activate my rune. I do have one. Yeah. What the hell?
See,
No,
you're-
wait. I can't empower it if I
Yeah,
do
yeah,
that.
you're
Dumb.
you're like, no, dumb. Oh shit.
Yes. All right. Let's lightning bolt them then.
All right, give me a 1d3 plus 1.
Let's hope I don't get 2.
All right, you're able to hit those 3 enemies.
All right. Good. Awesome.
Tell
Well,
me the order
that-
of your
that-
attack rolls.
Well, we'll start with that guy, and then that one, and then that one.
Okay.
Let's see, my attack roll is then just standard.
Okay, that's
Ghast.
that's 58 points of damage. It's like 78 plus 2, right?
Plus 2?
You were like plus 1 because of your wand.
Yeah, I think it's only plus 1.
Okay. It's fine. So 57.
57 damage.
Got it. The Ghast is definitely staggered.
That's not quite what I was going for, but sure. Then the brain thing.
That is enough to kill the creature. So whatever dark plans it had, while flailing violently, are put to rest.
You'll contemplate it in the afterlife.
And we have against this this golem here.
That is not enough to hit.
Then it takes half.
Okay.
I'm sweating bullets over here.
You think you're having a bad time?
Yes.
At least you have allies in the same square.
It takes 28. Huron kind of wants to go away. like maybe over here.
Okay.
Excuse me.
Sure.
Yeah, because if you get knocked down, then I don't want to be in next in line. That
Escalation
was
die
expecting.
goes to 1. Assuming you're done with your turn.
I don't have any more actions, so yeah.
Okay. Braincap is dead. The Ghast, who is engaged with Tempus and Thomas, will remain engaged with Tempus and Thomas, though casts an eye back at the wizard. He will lash out with us. Well, Tempus is vulnerable.
Just like
This is against vulnerable. Yeah, it's against vulnerable things.
Is it vulnerable against all attacks?
Just psychic.
No. Like,
Oh, all
the
attacks?
Hungry Howl made it vulnerable against all attacks. It's only the Brain Cap that made it vulnerable to psychic damage.
Sure.
The Ghast will elect to stick with its finely honed claws. Against Tempus, that is a 24 versus armor class.
Yeah, that's a definite hit.
And let's see here. Alright, so you have vulnerable vulnerable save in, so you have another vulnerability effect on you.
Alright, cool. Give me a second. I just accidentally closed something because I need to roll a 1d20.
Yeah, you need a
I
1d.
think I'm vulnerable as well.
Okay, so you can use a recovery from this.
Alright, give me a second. So I'm at -4.
Yes, you're at -4.
Alright, -4. Roll 3d8 plus 4.
Okay, so that takes you to 11 hit points.
Oh, shit. I could have used my momentum. But it would have brought me to 0 anyway.
Well, the creature is most certainly perplexed by this, and because you got hit, you lost your momentum.
Yeah, so...
And it will attack you again. Looks like that's going to take you down to -5. And
4. -4? Because it's 16? No, it's -5. Never mind.
yes, -5. So you're at -5, and you get to make another saving throw, because you're Forgeborn. No.
Nope.
-5 hit points, you're at 3 recoveries out of 8, and Tempus goes down again. And he is so vulnerable right now.
And I'm -8?
-5. And you have
-5,
3
yeah.
recoveries out of 8, because you used
Yeah.
1.
Changed it to 3.
Okay. Leon, it's your turn. You're engaged with 2 enemies.
First thing I'm doing, quick action, I'm going to use my heal on myself.
Okay.
I'm going to also use my belt.
Okay.
Mark those 2 off. That is 3d. For 23 hit points.
Alright, that takes you up to 30. You are no longer staggered.
Okay. Well, this is not fun. This is not fun by any means. Well, let's try and zap some things around here. Or at least
Alright.
I'm going to go ahead and try a Chaos Bolt then onto the Ghast. Try and get that out of the way.
Tell me all of the energy types that your Chaos Bolt has.
Fire, cold, electric, and negative energy. I think it would be.
Okay. Alright. Go ahead and make your attack then.
D20. That's 3. That's 3. That's 1. That's 1. Versus physical defense on the Ghast.
Okay. The flesh golem next to you glints, and your Chaos Bolt swerves instead to hit it instead.
Okay.
And it does
hit?
It does hit, yes.
Just for the sake. Cold. Okay, so in that case, it's going to go ahead and take 25 points of energy damage.
It does so.
That was a odd number, so I don't get any special bonuses. And I can't really do anything to help Tempus right now, so...
Just make your save.
Yeah, make my save against vulnerable, I suppose.
Okay. That is a failure.
Close.
So it's the flesh golem's turn, who was engaged with Tempus. Tempus is no longer standing. Thomas is engaged with that Ghast. Flesh golem moves to engage Dwohurim.
Fuck.
Sweeping fists, 2 attacks, a miss, and 15 points of damage.
Dwohurim is on 2 hit points.
Well, not really much I can do about that, I don't
You
think.
did recharge your shield, didn't you?
I did, but I don't know the chance this thing might actually miss me. I certainly don't want to be certainly critted by, like, a crazy... I'm vulnerable right now. I've got to save. We have... Yeah, I mean, I guess I just gonna have to take the damage.
Okay.
That's just exceedingly dangerous. But
It is pretty damn dangerous.
you guys think I should shield?
Yeah, I think you should keep it. Even if you shield, that guy has a pretty decent to hit bonus.
Right. I just can't shocking grasp now safely without, like, killing myself.
Do you want to use though your best shot and like get a
So the
I only get
escalation,
half.
yeah, he would only get half the healing, which could still be relevant. It's up to you.
Yeah, I guess it is. I guess that would be worth it still.
because you don't tend to use it very often because you always try using it when you're going unconscious when you can't.
Yeah. So I guess I get
8
8.
hit points, and use one of your
Just allow
covers.
me to.